WSUPD tries to crack down on campus arsonry.
One Cable 8 reporter is denied access to a public space.
And we take a look at some Pullman baseball. Those stories and more as complete coverage of your local news starts right now. Hello, I'm Ala Kacharian.
And I'm Beth O'Donnell. Thanks for joining us this afternoon.
New security measures are intact after the recent suspected arson attacks in Pullman. Washington State University police have increased nightly foot patrol and installed 15 new surveillance cameras. The cameras, placed in areas of vulnerability like walking paths and access doors, were purchased at $300 apiece with money from the university's central fund. At the start of summer session, 4 fires caused more than $800,000 worth of damage. The suspects are yet to be caught.
While cameras seem to be taking over the campus, one of our reporters found a different story. Cable 8's Davis Wallman has more.
This is my Washington State University ID card, which normally grants me access to football games, student-sponsored events, and of course, the Compton Union building. But for some reason, I'm not allowed in. After asking several times to film the Union Building's renovation process on behalf of Cable 8, I was denied, but never given a reason why. So, considering my standing as a student, as well as figuring the substantial fees I pay to operate the building, it seemed as though my only choice was to exercise my right to enter the public facility. So like a good journalist, I took my camera to get the story. What follows is the encounter between myself and a Cubs staff member refusing to allow me to use my camera.
You can bring it up with admin if you would want, but if they denied you access already, I'm really going to have to ask you to leave. Then I'll have to call the police.
The police are going to arrest me?
I'm sorry. If we've asked you to leave, then that's all we can do. And
I can you just please explain why I'm not allowed to shoot in a public area for which I'm a student here?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I realize that, but it's policy is policy. We can't really, if we let you do it, then we'll have to let someone else do it.
As a senior, it's taken me 4 years to realize that entrance into my own student union building was actually conditional. Reporting from Glen Terrell Mall, outside the Compton Union building, I'm Davis Wallman, Cable 8 News.
Recent attempts to contact Cub management to set up a time to film have been unsuccessful.
A chemical leak at REC Silicon Inc. this morning forced Moses Lake residents to stay inside for 2 hours. According to a REC employee, at 3 a.m. today, REC Silicon Inc. noticed a problem with machinery in the building where the explosion occurred. They were in the process of temporarily shutting down the building until they could find out what was wrong. The employee says the product of the explosion is a caustic gas. National Foods' Steve Reed says at 7:05 a.m. heard sirens coming from the plant and saw a cloud of smoke above the plant. The cloud traveled 8 miles to Warden and 4 miles to I-90, closing the freeway for about an hour.
A recent unemployment statistic shows 70,000 Americans will lose unemployment benefits this week. This includes 11,000 people in Washington state. Experts say people are experiencing more and more problems finding jobs. In the face of losing their benefits, job seekers say they feel discouraged, and the search can sometimes feel endless.
Opponents of same-sex marriage have a perfect track record in U.S. elections, chalking up 32 victories and 32 public votes. Proponents of gay marriage are confident that they can end their losing streak when November comes around. A recent poll found that 54% of Washington voters think it should be legal for same-sex couples to get married. President Barack Obama's declaration of support for gay marriage was also celebrated as a key endorsement among gay rights groups hoping for a win in November. Support for same-sex marriage nationally has also been increasing steadily, though both sides have indicated caution with opinion polls on this issue.
Several roll-your-own tobacco shops have filed a lawsuit over a new state law. The new law seeks to impose new taxes on roll-your-own cigarettes. The lawsuit filed today names the Department of Revenue and the State Liquor Control Board as defendants. The lawsuit was filed in Franklin County by Dana Henney, Half Price Smokes, Inc., and RYO Machine, LCC. They contend the new taxes violate Initiative 1053, which was passed in 2010 and requires 2/3 vote of the state legislature to raise taxes. The state has about 65 independent roll-your-own tobacco stores.
Well, we've finally seen some sunny skies in Pullman, but will it stick? I'm Davis Wallman, and I'll let you know right after the break.
While finding a paid job is getting more difficult, volunteers are always needed. Cable 8's Patrick McLaughlin has more. You might have noticed a little more traffic in Pullman. Cable 8's reporter Robert Sturman has more on the story.
A linebacker for the Spokane Shock is arrested on federal arson charges after an early morning fire.
I'm Robert Sturman, and with your sports, coming up after the break, we'll take a look at some baseball action. Patriots built an early lead in the first few innings before the Spokane Crew rallied in the 5th inning to take the lead for good. But in the end, Miami proved too much as Mario Chalmers finds Shane Battier here for one of his 5 3-pointers, and the Heat tie the series with a 196 win. Game 3 will be Sunday in Miami. Professor leaves a legacy. More on that after the break.
Agreement for new ice skating rink are on thin ice as Latah County commissioners prepare to rehash terms with the Fair Board on a 50-year lease. Who's got the beef? We do. Stay tuned for a meaty story after the break.
A hot fudge sundae topped with bacon bits. Since you can have it your way, I wonder if you can add cheese. That's all the news we have for you today.
We'd like to take a moment and recognize our professor, Glenn Johnson.
Glenn created this program and has spent more than 33 years mentoring students like us.
He won't be teaching this class anymore, but his influence will surely remain.
Thank you, Glenn.
From Cable 8 News, good night and good luck.